Hello there, welcome back. Now, for any of you who may have not noticed in my previous upload history, I am a massive fan of Jimmy Page. And for a little while now, I was considering finding a cool little way to pay my respects to the artist, but at the same time give you something interesting to digest. So, I thought it would be a good moment to talk about theory. Now, don't turn the video off. I'm not going to go in depth. Frankly, this is going to be a wider discussion on riff writing, but it just sounds cooler and it sounds like I have a bit more authority if I put it under the umbrella of theory, so bear with me for a moment. And you may ask yourself, Fred, you're pretty shit, realistically. On what authority do you think you can tell me how to play guitar? And, whereas you may be right, I am a bit shit at playing, what you do not know is that I am a very obsessive fan, and when I like someone's playing, I dissect it. I listen to the records, I watch the live performances, I read articles, I watch anything I can talking about the topic, and from what I've gathered, beyond obviously a few mentions and other videos, there's nothing that specifically tackles this aspect of Jimmy Page's riff writing, which I'm going to talk about today. Now, I have chewed the ear off your head more than I need to. Why don't we pick up the guitar, play something, and then we'll talk about what I did. Now we're finally here on the board, what am I exactly talking about? In the introduction riff that I played towards the beginning of the video, I played a pentatonic riff in the key of E minor, but although the scale goes as follows, what I did was, after the initial couple of notes floating around in the bottom half of the scale, I added this major third to the mix. As you have your root here in the 7th fret of the 5th string, which is the note E, and then the next note in the minor pentatonic is the minor third, which in this case is a G. Now, normally, the scale would float up to the 4th degree of the scale, the 4th, in this case an A note, but what I'm doing is I'm adding in this A flat. And in essence, I'm basically adding a new note to the mix, which I can use in a very similar manner to how I would use the blue note. Now, why do I compare these major minor thirds to the blue note? Well, if you don't know, the blue note is the flat 5, and it is also known as the tritone, which in music theory is the most dissonant combination of notes you can put together, as you can hear. See, the 4th sound good, 5th sounds good, flat 5 sound bad. Given the nature of blues guitar and blues music, adding in these dissonant notes with a little flutter can be quite tasteful and add a new dimension to your playing. Alrighty, as you can start to see with the riffs I've pulled up, my little creation, and if you want to go out of your way to listen to the records and find more of these instances, you can hear Junpei does it all the time. The concept I want you to take away from this video is the use of integrating the major third in your minor scale based riffs, and vice versa, the minor third in your major scale based riffs. See, this concept of mixing major and minor isn't in itself such an innovation, frankly. Other artists like Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan did that a lot, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, and pretty much anyone who you can kind of put under the big blues category has done this and enjoys doing this and finds it quite satisfying to listen to and to integrate into their music. But in all the listening experience I have accumulated, I really believe that it's one of the secrets to the edge that these page riffs have, this little dissonance. In a way, it gives you some edge, it gives you some originality, it keeps the listener on their toes, because you have the option to get outside the box and change things up. And as a guitarist, I think that's pretty much all you want, /need, /crave, /. It just sounds cool. Now, obviously, it's not for everyone. Some people may really not like that dissonance, they may be looking for something a little bit more harmonic, and that's fine. But if you're into some distorted guitar, rock and roll, and, you know, some of this shit that I enjoy, I'm hoping you found this useful and may implement it in your own playing. Now, if you enjoyed this massive spiel, I would very much appreciate if you would consider subbing down below. It would mean quite a lot to me. And if you would like to take that even one step further, feel free to follow me on Twitter. Link in the description. I just chat shit and post memes. Now, as I said, sub below, videos coming out more or less every 2 days. Hope to see you soon. Now, that being said, thank you very much for tuning in today and listening to me, if you made it this far. Finish your hot beverage as per tradition here with us, and I wish you a good afternoon.